Hello everyone, this is Triton Baduk here bringing you another 5Q game. We have like 6 more to go, I believe. So that should be fun. I'm recording this one at a different time, so let's see how quickly it takes for me to get a game. Normally I'm recording them at night for me, and this is afternoon.
Start to play.
I might have gotten a game, and I might be white here. Let's see. Let's see if he plays some moves before we get too excited. It is taking quite a while, so note to self, note to everybody. Don't play games in the afternoon in the US on Fox. Nighttime and morning seems to be perfectly fine. Let's get to move 10 before we say anything, though. Ah, that's interesting. He did the 2-space back off here instead of pressing down. Normally you'd want to press down first. So that makes me want to do this. But it's really, really big to approach this bottom left. So I think either move is probably fine. So I'm going to approach the bottom left first. Because I have this enclosure, which is pointing towards this direction. And this is actually kind of what I want. I think I have to play high, which would make it so that there's one more move, which cleans up the area. But this does give him a very easy invasion here. Oh, not that move, though. That move's not right. I'll just block and keep my base. Then Hane. So the shape move is for him to Hane back, or to Hane underneath. If I extend here and he Hane's underneath, then my shape is worse, so I'm going to Hane underneath first. And I want to extend so he doesn't get the Atari and get strength in the center. He doesn't have the Atari anymore, so he forgot, or he decided not to play B11. So I'm going to take it. That was very important for his base. Even if he comes out over the center now, this should make my group a lot stronger, so I'm fine with this. And just extending out is fine. Or if you can imagine that I've pushed here, I can probably Hane and double Hane again. That seems possible. My shape's a lot stronger now, so yeah, I'll try that instead. And he didn't respond to me, so I'm just going to play the shape move here, which is this where you would have played the Hane. Because of this extension here at B11, my group is already alive, right? So he wants to try to do something in the corner. Someone seems to be calling me. Let's see. Oh, I don't know who they are. It's all good. So I just don't want him to connect his groups, so I'm just going to extend up and stay strong here. He can live in the corner if he wants to. That's making it much more difficult for him to live here. Especially after a move like this one. And I can just connect solidly or do the Tiger's Mouth. Tiger's Mouth gives him a Hane, so I'll connect solidly. Just capture the stone. This is surrounding his middle group now, so that was really bad for him. I could also have done the ladder, but the net is often better than a ladder, because the ladder gives them a free move somewhere. So now it seems very, very difficult for him to properly escape. So you don't want to push here directly, though this could technically be stronger shape, because when he cuts here, he's going to have this Atari. So you want to surround loosely in a case like this. So you just need to keep track of the liberties on these two stones. It's very important here. Yeah, so that right there is something you have to worry about, but I think he should have tried doing something like the attachment here instead. With this, I can just extend, and everything's okay for me. I've fixed all my shape, and he doesn't have two eyes. Okay, so now it's good to read. If he blocks here, I can just push in, and there's only 2 spaces. So if he blocks here and here, then I can throw in. So he's just not alive. Can he make an eye here? Doesn't really look like it. He can do this one. I go down, then he blocks here, then I throw in. So I'm just going to kill the corner because he didn't save it. And this group should just be dead right now. So he's going to try to make this alive. So what we need to do in order to prevent him from trying to fight too much here is just protect the cutting point. So now there's no more weakness on the outside, and I got to kill the corner. Just more reading here. If he Hanes, I connect. He does this one, I extend down. He tries to make it an eye. It looks like it might work. So, in order to prevent that, we can extend down right away, or we can just peep here, or we can push in here. So let's just peep here, I think. Gets rid of any eye shape there. Now he's going to come and try to do something here, but it's a bit too late. Any move should work here, basically. So I'm just going to play the tight move, which restricts his liberties the most. So he just wants to come out over here now. Sure. So he can just push here. He doesn't really have a lot of liberties, so there's not much he can do. That move doesn't really do anything. I can just capture it. And now I actually don't even need to respond, but I will respond at least one time, and now I'm just alive. Do I want him to block there? If I extend to J18, it opens up this weakness in this large knight's move. And my groups are all solidly connected, so I might as well open up his weakness. Just capture. He can try to make 2 eyes with something like B19, threatening to do this ko. But this corner doesn't really matter, so I'll let him live. Oh. He's a 5Q. Oh, no, he's an 8Q. Oh, okay. I was like, doesn't make any sense. Okay, his moves make a lot more sense now that I know he's an 8Q. I was really confused. So he needs to play one more move to live in the corner. He should, even at 8Q, you should know that this is bad.
8, 7, 6, 5,
So
4, 3.
Let's just separate the outside and let him live if he wants to. Just extend. Now I've separated these 2 groups. And I do have a little bit of weakness here, but it's not a cut or anything yet because there's no liberty shortage. So it's fine to push things this direction. Because we are surrounding this side over here. And he keeps playing these really bad moves here. But I think we're going to lightly surround this group with the Kosume here, protecting my corner. And we'll just connect up the stones. That should be good enough. And we can leave all of this now because there's nothing to really worry about. And I can keep running him in some way to try to develop this territory, but that would mean that I would have to kill him in order to get anything here. So let's play
9,
the approach move first and see what he wants. Because all of my stones are alive. Okay, that doesn't really change anything. So I can take the corner. I can do a double approach. Let's do the double approach. It seems that he's very, very focused on... interesting. He's very, very focused locally compared to the 5Qs. We did have some that were like that. That seems to be a common thing here. I can let him just swallow up this one stone and take the corner. I'm fine with that. Oh, never mind. Then I will get this one, and he can try to do something with this stone. There is some shape problem here. So let's illustrate that one with this tiger's mouth. If he blocks, then I can connect up underneath. And even with this attachment, he didn't fix anything here, so I can still Hane here and connect up. Just Atari. And there's sort of nothing here for him. If he Hanes, I block, then he does this one, there's a Ko, so I'll just kill the corner. That move doesn't do anything. He can't play this move, so I can just come out and separate these stones. Because I'm alive here, I don't really have to worry about the cut, so I can push here first. If he cuts, then I can Hane, and that would kill him. This jump is a good move. So now I have to think about if I need to worry about the cut. If I protect and he turns, that's probably fine. And if I push and he just keeps going, then I'm slowly surrounding this middle. But I think either direction is fine for me. So I'll just protect, keep it very simple. And now we want to double Hane to surround the top left area. We'll see how focused he is on this group. This will be good to see. Again, he doesn't like Haneing for some reason. So I just extend. Then I can just kill off these stones. Miss Hane underneath. And now he has to play another move to protect the center. That's interesting. So he's saying that he wants to Atari here and cut here somehow, but that this cut doesn't work, right? So this doesn't make enough sense. Then I just connect here. So he's almost reading things out, just not quite. Because his top group's not alive, I will connect here, threatening to turn. Okay. Then all I really need to do is poke at this connection, I think. So do I have to worry about my connection here? If I poke here and he gets a move and another move, you'd have this really solid area. Then he can Hane and
9,
do this, so he can cut me off.
7, 6,
So
5, 4, 3,
it's probably better to protect on this side first, and then peep on this side. And the peep's just a forcing move, so now we just want to jump out from this group. And if he cuts here, this group is alive, so that doesn't really matter. And there's probably a net here, but So we have to focus on our weakness here to make sure that everything's fine. He doesn't have any points, so I don't really need to kill anything. And this upper left corner is not alive yet. So I want to protect this cutting point. So I'm going to play this move to threaten to go through. I could do this one, but I don't think it matters too much. Let's do it anyway. It makes me very, very strong. And he probably had to respond. And so we need to find a way to use this attack. So there's not much we can do on the bottom. But there are these 4 stones we can try to potentially swallow up. So we can attack from this direction and try to push
9,
him towards
8,
this thickness.
7,
I think that's
6,
probably a good idea.
5.
And when you're doing something like that, you just want to keep push it with a knight's move or the Kosumi. And you don't have to worry about your own cuts here. Just keep pushing. He might end up dying like this. But, So I'll just extend out here to protect my 3 stones. This also is helping protect against this cutting point. And then he has to try to do something with this. So I'm fine with just extending here and protecting myself. Because my goal was to surround these 4 stones. So he still has to go back and live. And I'm fine with just letting him have this. I could turn here, but I don't think I need to. So let's just surround these stones. And I've accomplished my goal, which is nice. I don't know which way is the best way to do it. Just extend. He goes here. It's a little bit annoying, but it's fine because I'm connected out towards the center. He's making 2 eyes, I guess. So I will just turn here to secure my area. This is my profit, so I'm fine with this. Now I just need to make sure to protect this cutting point. This turn's making him stronger, but apart from that, it's not doing anything else. These stones are dead, so I don't need to worry about that area. It seems like it's endgame now.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
So
4, 3, 2.
let's just play some
1.
big endgame moves. Can I still peep here? Yeah, I can still peep here, so I might as well. This strengthens my area a little bit. Hane's bigger, but if I extend, it's more threatening. And I will probably go back and kill this corner after I've cleaned up some of the borders. Because he should have lived here, and since he doesn't really want to, I'm just going to clean up the game and not worry about it. Sure, that is Sente. So I will respond. That was a good exchange. Yeah. So it looks like everything's basically all cleaned up. All my stones are connected. If he tries to cut through this, I can just play any move
9,
here.
8, 7,
So
6, 5, 4.
I just need to kill the corner then.
2.
After this, I think that's everything in the game. Just all small end game left.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
I think,
4.
there we go. He's cutting here, so I can just connect up my groups like this. That was a really bad move. But it's okay. He should just capture directly, because I'm not going to Atari here. I'm going to play a Ko for the life of the group. I'm probably fine, because I can play S11 and probably kill these first, but it's a little bit awkward for him. So I might as well take this Atari. And just push here, because I can. The Hane here doesn't really do anything. This group is dead. This one is dead. Is there any sort of weakness I need to be worried about? Not really. So we can just play some more big endgame. And because I have this wall here, it looks like I can jump here to prevent him from turning. Okay. He's giving me extra points, so I might as well take them. He can't even cut there, so nothing to worry about. He's threatening to try to cut here in some way, is what I'm guessing. So let's just show him that this is all connected. And then we can connect. And is there anything else here? Nope, just small endgame. So let's just clean that up and finish off the game. Let's save some stones. Okay. I'm not gonna worry too much about how he's playing here. Those are actually very, very similar. So I won't worry about it. Okay, this is basically done. Okay, so yeah, it is just mostly this area. This one's unlikely to have points because
9,
no, it's all
8,
surrounded. It doesn't really matter.
7,
So I'll do this
6.
one. It's really hard to choose between these two types of small points. They should basically be the same. But then he does that. Okay. Let's just, yeah, we're just finishing up. I don't think there's anything left to worry about anywhere. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. I made a Ko. Okay. So we can just do the Hane. And the game is over. This tire doesn't do anything. So just the two Kos on the board. So I'll just connect the Ko. Oh, I guess there's this. Yeah. Forgot about this in the middle. I do that in my own games. There is Aji here, so I will just connect solidly. Prevents any sort of shortage of liberties. It's often best to connect directly in your own area. In this case, it doesn't really matter because it's in-game, but
7,
often you connect
6,
directly
5,
just to
4,
make sure you don't
3,
end up in random liberty
2.
problems. That doesn't do anything. because all my groups are connected. So let's take this point here. And I guess there is the ko. So let's do this one, which I think is a point. I almost forgot about that one too. Because everything's surrounded. It's hard to remember these little moves too, because it doesn't look like a point, right? But if he plays there, then he can cut. I think these are dead, so. I'm not sure that actually does anything. So I'll Hane here, make sure there's nothing there. He's just trying to make a ko of some sort. So let's just prevent any ko. He's trying to live here. But he needs to connect here first before he can live. So I just block this. And now there's no potential eye stuff. There was no eye before, but now I'm making it very clear that there's no eye. Is there a shortage of liberties here? No, because he can't cut here. So I can take away the point. But I wanted to double check that before going on, because if he could throw in and do this, then he could kill all these stones. But he has to have this cut here at Q4, luckily. I don't know which one matters. It doesn't really matter. I'll connect here. That seems like the right shape. Just connect. Now we'll see if he tries anything else. That doesn't do anything. Cutting here, still can't do that. He has to extend a couple more times before that's possible. Now there's just the ko here. But I'm going to request counting and see. Okay. That was actually an American player too. So what's sort of interesting about this game is that he was actually doing fairly well at 8Q. I forget sometimes though that you get matched up when there's not that many people. You get matched up with a different rank. It seems like he has been 7Q for quite a long time, but recently fell down to 8Q. But it seems like he's doing really well at 8Q, so he'll probably rank back up. So with this game, I would say this might be a good opportunity to compare it to other 5Qs. So it seems actually like they were playing very similar style of moves. I'm probably not going to do an actual review here. Let's just go to the beginning and look at it. I can just point out sections here. So this is something that you don't see too often at the 5Q rank so far with the last 9 games or so. But this isn't necessarily like a terrible move. It's just not a good idea as your first move in an area. I guess I can do a review. Actually, let's open that up. So, yeah, as I said, this isn't the good first move to play here. But you could do something like this. We'll just play a simple connection. We're not going to do any full Joseki thing, but you could try to push it a little bit further like this. Because if they invade here, if I invade here, you're likely to be able to live with this black stone. It's actually a little bit difficult to do anything too severe here because of the strength of black versus the strength of white's stones locally. White's not going to die. It just makes it difficult to handle when you ignore this sort of shoulder hit thing. So it's likely you have to pull back. If it goes like this, that'd be great for black, but that's just more of an optimistic look. But basically, just trying to show that it's pretty easy for black to settle if you have to take care of one side or the other. And that's why this sort of shoulder hitty move is actually kind of strong sometimes. And then if white goes down, I believe you're supposed to Hane here. And you can do like a tiger's mouth. And this is like an emergency settling thing, or just trying to reach for a little bit more. So if I Atari here, you can just jump out, and now he has this pretty large settled shape here. This isn't exactly how it would go, but this is a good example of how to use that move, right? But this sort of thing is what we haven't really seen at all. At 5Q, they have definitely Haned like every single time you Hane, or they've tried to do at least the proper shape moves once in a while. You don't really see them play something like this, allowing you to get like this really good position here. But he just really did not want to respond to my moves directly, which made his shape very, very weak. But the 5Qs are playing much better shape, or much better local moves. This is only one game, of course, but he did this quite a few times, and he was actually winning a lot of his games at 8Q, so maybe they don't know how to respond to it. But yes, I think that seems to really sort of be what's going on here. He's just sort of invading everywhere, but not finishing the shape locally. So like, he probably has to play something like this here. It's really awkward shape, but he has to sort of give up these two stones in order to get out. This makes a very solid shape here. A little bit heavy, but he's able to run out towards the center in a much better way, whereas it's kind of difficult to do with any other shape. You can just surround it directly, and there's not enough eye space to do much here. You'd probably force life in some way, but it's slightly awkward. It's better to try to come out, and then if I push from the outside, is much better. Like, let's just play very basic moves, right? There's much more eye shape in this area. But anyway, that's probably good enough for reviewing. It was mostly the left side that had the sort of the story of the entire game, because it was the same sort of mistakes throughout the rest of the game. I think it's interesting that for this fight, this 8Q versus the normal 5Qs we've been playing, the difference actually seems to mostly be with the local moves that they're playing. But it seems that the judgment that they have with trying to invade certain areas like that, or invading too much, not protecting themselves properly, it seems like a lot of those weaknesses still exist at 8Q versus 5Q. It's just that the local moves are much better. So that's something to keep in mind and think about. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this game, and I hope you guys have a good day. Have fun, everyone.